Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is one of our first few videos between me, Mojo, and here Soulgrasper, aka Brandon and Eric. We're here covering our Outriders review, basically, like our first impressions, which weren't great, let's be honest. The launch
I
sucked, and
mean,
I'm sure you've heard that everywhere.
it was a bad launch, but it's still a fun game though.
Yeah, I agree. I'm pushing 100 hours, and I think you're at time of recording around 115, 116. So like between the two of us, we have cumulatively over 200 hours of this fucking game. How much of that was playing at launch? Not a whole lot.
I think the first day of launch, trying to play, I think I had 18 hours at the end of it, like day one, and maybe like 4 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, I was gonna say our very first like video, technically the one right before this, was just like basically a clip compilation of like the game just sucking ass because of technical issues. Um, like if anything, I even though I keep playing this fucking game because its core gameplay loop is fun, I even left a negative review live on the stream where it was just like it was just so broken and so messed up. Even after that first patch they put out, um,
Yeah, that
it,
first
it
patch
didn't
didn't
fix
really do much.
it. I think it fixed it for single player for the most part, but how enjoyable this game is for single player is kind of us trying to
They
play
need to do a
together
lot of
co-op
things for
wise.
a solo.
Yeah. We'll get into that, but I think for this, for like they took so long to fix the co-op issues, and they were pushing like, oh, that's big on crossplay. And I think to this date right now, crossplay is still bugged where they're like, disable it, please disable it. If you want your multiplayer to work, disable crossplay. That was a big push of their features, when it came to multiplayer compatibility between,
Oh
like
yeah.
PC console shit like that. And it doesn't
Well,
fucking work still.
I think crossplay is working now. I think
Is it
that's
finally?
yeah. I think it's working
What's
now. They got everything. I know they
that?
fixed the PC version with PlayStation, and they were working on the Xbox one because they have two separate teams, one
Mhm.
for each different console.
Okay. Well, if that's working now, then strike that from the record. But at least last I knew, it was still not. At least for the Steam client, I was informed. Turn off crossplay. It'll make your multiplayer experience that much smoother, and close some of the loopholes or bugs or issues they're having with certain crashes in multiplayer. So for me, a Steam user playing with another Steam user, our best bet was to just fucking disable it,
Disable it. Yeah.
nix it.
I mean, once we turned crossplay off, though, we had good
Yeah,
sessions. I mean, we still had disconnects, but
with
that
that, yeah,
God, the
with that
fucking
initial launch
bridge.
day shit, garbage. um I will say, despite that though, we noticed that at least I got the capture on stream, Outriders peaking at over 111K players, and you looked at the Steam charts right before this video.
I
And
still have it
it
pulled up.
yeah, it peaked at over 125,000. So despite all the issues and the mixed
People
reviews
love
and
this
whatnot,
game. Like
so do we.
well, yeah, but like the core aspect of the game is good. If you have if you only have one person with you, it makes the game that much more enjoyable.
But that's also the problem. Is what I've been finding, if I play this game solo, it's one of my least desirable games to play on my Steam library right now. If I'm by myself, I do not want to load up Outriders. Although if you're around, I'm like, let's go, Outriders, please,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, when I was playing the pyro with you, I mean the pyro with the techno with the shatters, it all just feels so good.
Yeah, it all kind of came together.
But with me playing the trickster more now, I mean I don't hate it solo, but I think it's because of the mobility the trickster has.
Oh
Like I'm
yeah.
able to, if I just run in, I can teleport to somebody on the back and run away if I need to heal.
Well, with that in mind, then, since we've gotten to play quite a few classes, like I haven't done end game with Trickster, but I've essentially beat the campaign. That lovely crash I got. Yeah, it means I need to re-kill the boss still.
I'm not
But we've
losing any more friends.
But I've done extensive endgame with the Technomancer. I've done a fair bit now with the Pyro. We're still climbing the ranks, and you've done Pyro, now some Trickster. It's a shame we don't have a term here for Devastator, but everyone knows this is the Devastator memes right now, so we'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that. What are your thoughts then on
So
class balance?
the class balance. So when they put out that balance, I'm gonna do that in air quotes because it really
Yeah, it's
wasn't.
just nerfs.
It wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was nerfs, but in my opinion, they were needed. The gun builds in a game like this, I get it. They're strong. They don't take much to get going. I don't think they ever planned on them being strong enough to do CT-15 solos.
And I've voiced my opinion quite a bit live on this, and sure, maybe they needed nerfed, but I would have rather them tried to take the tuning fork the other way and buff anomaly builds first, like let player power be
Oh yeah,
crazy,
I agree.
and
But
then if both were too crazy, then level them down. But like even right now, I still feel like the gun builds themselves are probably still stronger than the anomaly based power builds and whatnot.
we haven't seen anybody build like full anomaly power builds.
Yeah,
Like everybody's still trying to make the gun builds work. So we don't know how strong anomaly power builds can work with some of those set items because that's what makes the gun build so strong is they just need firepower. If you play trickster, firepower close range. If you play
yeah.
tech, it's
Trickster's
firepower long range.
Trickster's probably the most brain dead one to build, if I'm being honest.
It is. And I mean, do I like playing the trickster? Yeah, it's fun. The gun build makes sense on the trickster because it is a get in and get out type of class where the pyro and the techno, the blighted rounds, okay, cool, you can poison with them. They do some AoE, but the technomancer I think has a lot more utility than any other class, especially with seeing you doing the cold snap stuff. And then
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to the pyro is just AoE damage. Like you ignite everything in overheat and you can do massive amounts of damage. And if you go the middle tree, you have so much um, skill leech that it's just
Funny that you mentioned the middle tree. That's what I'm gonna try out next in our
the,
next play session.
the
But
middle
it's
tree. Like, granted, I have the Akari helmet to get the um, increased length of flame
with.
heat wave,
Mm-hmm.
and it's massive. It's so good because of all the ignite damage or burn damage that you just never die. Like it's really hard for me to die.
I'm looking forward to trying it. I can say of Technomancer, as having played the Bladed Rounds build, it felt great solo, and I've played admittedly only one public lobby with another Technomancer who's Bladed Rounds, and he fucking whooped ass. It does a ton of damage still post nerf. I hate it. I really don't like the playstyle of the gun builds in general. I like the feeling of the ability. Like they've made some pretty compelling abilities in this
And
game,
they look
and
good.
I know, especially for the Pyro. I think Pyro is the most compelling abilities, bar none. Like fuck off if you're gonna be like, but Shrapnel is a pretty cool grenade mine effect. No, dude, Eruption. Oh
Eruption's a
man,
fucking
even Heat
volcano.
Wave level 1 Heat Wave looks pretty sick by itself.
They
Like
did the
damn.
pyro so dirty in the demo.
I know. I hated it in the demo. And I wish we had done our demo reaction so I could like go back and watch it now because I guarantee you I would have shit on the pyromancer in that video. I fucking hated it.
It was
And
so
now I think it's
like
my favorite class.
I mean I played it in the demo, and I had a feeling that with the anomaly power, like how it kind of you could kind of get some of it in the demo, and you could see the numbers just increase. Almost there was times where I think heat wave in the demo would deal more than the bullet damage. Okay, that made sense. You know, one has a cooldown, one just you have ammo. But now I don't know. It's having an burn damage tick for like 40, 50, 60k is just fucking nuts. Because
So in
it's
general,
not just on, it's not just on that one person that you're shooting. It's literally everybody, especially with volcanic rounds that
mhm,
pierces and you line up two of the alphas and you're
mhm.
burning them both. It's, dude, it's money.
Yeah. So in general, I think most of the classes feel like they're in a pretty good spot in some way, shape, or form. I wish some of the other like buff the anomaly power builds. Granted, I haven't gotten a chance to try out the anomaly power pyro. You have a little bit, and it seemed pretty good, but it still seemed behind what I've seen round builds do and whatnot, which is a shame, even post nerf. So I
Yes.
guess in that sense, I will change my tune and be like, yes, the round builds needed nerfed. However, I wish on the same vein they had buffed the anomaly power builds at least a little bit so that they were more compelling and weren't so gear dependent. Because even now with the round builds, still I think being ahead and that much less gear dependent is just crazy.
It is. And I mean, with the style of game that this is, though, I don't want to say it makes sense to use your guns because it does,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it's
I don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
end up in a world where the gun is just completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think powerful weapon mods will always keep it relevant. Like there's this,
Oh
I
yeah.
personally haven't gotten it, but Shadow
Sandstorm.
Crash,
Oh,
yeah, Shadow Crash I hear is huge. Sandstorm was huge for you. Even Storm Whip was pretty good. Um, so
kinetic
the tier three
stomp.
mods will always keep the guns relevant, even if you're not a gun focused build. And I
Yeah.
think even if you are a gun focused build with the round skills being a lot of T1 mods, there's some T3 mods that in general will just help boost those. Like the T3 mods are made very well. If only we could find more legendaries.
Yeah. I will say that,
Anyway,
and that is another good thing about the pyro is volcanic rounds getting a 25% increase to your anomaly power. Just having that skill active is like, why are you not using it?
so since we've been transitioning into what we like, things we dislike as well, I
The
hate
map.
like
I'm just gonna take the words out of your mouth. The map. The
yeah, the
tracking
minimap system.
issues is ass. Why can I not see
Like, don't get me
where
wrong,
you are on the map?
expeditions are very clearly the premier end game, right? They say this is the end game. As soon as you fucking finish the game and you get shoveled to the Outrider camp, it says you have now unlocked expeditions. This is now the new challenge, the new end game to tackle on and take it on with friends, no less.
Mm-hmm.
It is the premier end game. However, I feel like world tiers should be still a little more competent. Like they cap you off at level 42 cap. It's like, okay, that's the form of content
That's
that felt all right to do solo.
that was one
But
thing that
going
doesn't make
around,
sense to me is the
mhm,
world tier caps you at 42, right?
yeah. Well, hang on.
Why
Before we
why are
dive
the
into that,
legendaries that you can buy from Tiago 45?
because you have to do drop pod resources, like those are expedition only,
I
so
mean,
that one makes sense to
I
me.
get that, but if you go in, if you're a world tier 15 and you go into expeditions, you the scaling is so broke right now that if
Let's
you
see.
were geared enough
That
for world 15 or world tier
that's only
15,
what a 7 for challenge tiers or something.
yeah, no,
No.
11.
Oh, it's 11.
It's 11,
Holy shit! How many levels do you jump with the last couple?
a lot.
Well, goddamn.
But if you have a world tier 15 build or gear, not even build, but and you go into challenge tiers, you're gimping yourself because of how the scaling is. The scaling really needs to be fixed.
Yeah,
I
actually, if
don't
you,
think they.
that's a good point.
My honest opinion is they need to take the scaling out.
Just let it be ridiculous.
Just
I kind of agree. Why do they care?
let players get one shot. You want to carry your friend? Let him just die.
Or if you want to, or if you want to one shot the lower tier shit, fuck
Yeah,
it, dude. Who cares?
I don't know. That to me is
The rewards are so exponential that it's like if someone wants to, if anything, gimp themselves and go one shot, tier 3 or whatever. Whatever.
I will say if they ever change how the scaling is, like they take it out, or if they even make it better, if they don't make it so end game builds can't go lower, it's
That'll be one of the
that's what
biggest cons taken out, I think,
yeah.
right now.
But if they do that, I would be okay with not letting you take a level 3 into expeditions.
Yeah, that one too. It is a good method to power level. Like if you just want raw levels, you get great XP in expeditions.
Oh yeah. But
But
then
it's hard
again,
to just power up
why
the
can't I take
tiers.
a average geared 50 and not just one tap the boss?
Yeah, that's true too. Anyway, something else I wanted to bring up since we diverged off a little bit, because the map sucks so much with the world tiers. It feels like the world tier content is almost like second thought. Like they were all in on expeditions, and they like gave no pause to think that, well, what if players still want to do some world tier stuff? It is so hard if you didn't do the side quests as you were leveling to go back and find some of them
Yes.
because you can't track them right away.
Well,
You don't show up
that
on the
goes
map.
back to the mapping, the
Yeah,
map
it's
system, and just the tracking issues. The hitting tab to show where it wants you to go
uh,
is really cool. I don't think
and
I've seen
bugged
a
and
well,
broken.
I mean, I know it's bugged and broken, but let me, say that I haven't seen a hey dumbass go this way. Like it if you get one that's not broken and wants you to travel or take you to your banner or something, and it will literally take you from where you were standing all the way until the very end where that door is. I don't know another game that has actually done that. Normally they're like, oh, go this way, or they'll put, and wow, they put the little arrow on your mini map now. Which, I mean, shit, give us a mini map.
Well, we have the like radar in the top left, but without any cardinal direct, like even just a
There's a
north.
radar in the top left.
Isn't it in the top left? Where it has the red dot enemies, right? Don't tell me you don't know this.
There's a
Hang on.
radar.
Yeah, top left.
Cool.
Have you not? Here, I'll screen share if you
Oh
literally right now.
no. Okay, no, I know what you're talking about now. I don't know why I blanked on that. I don't think I ever really look at that too much unless one of us is down.
Top left, right there. Yeah. Okay.
I was being serious too, and that wasn't even like I. You could have told me there was no mini map in this game, and I would have been like,
We
"Yeah,
gotta
why the
keep
fuck
it
is
right for
there
the
a mini
video,
map?"
damn it. Anyway, so I think our hopes for the future in general are reevaluate where world tiers are and what they do, and the traversing system. Because right, it doesn't take very long once you get your way around like one of the mini sub areas to fully clear it, and then you have to so you'll have to leave your mission, which is a load screen, to the main hub camp where your truck's at, and then you'll have to talk to Chana, which is another load screen to
That
get to where you want to go next,
why
and
can't I
then
just
load
take my
screen like
banner?
yeah, like why can't
I'm
we just leave from the banner? Like what can we cut out Chana as the middleman here?
I mean, I get that the story was, you drove this truck from point A to point B to point C to point D, but we've done it. We have the fast travel points. Just open up the world map even bigger, or let you, say you're at the very end and you want to go to Rift Town to check the vendors.
Yeah.
Just be able to use the banner. You can't even, I
And
don't even think you can interact with your banner in the Outriders
and
camp.
let me piggyback off of that. Why let us look at the world map from our inventory, because right now you can only
Yes.
look at the world map when you talk to Chana, which I bewilders me, to be honest. Like there's a local quest, there's all quests. and the quest map will just show you the zone you're in and not at least let you look at the bigger picture or even have the option to.
Yes.
And then we'd like scaling to be looked at in the overall balance of anomaly power builds. I think that's like our top three. So, map, world tiers, scaling and expeditions, and particularly when going lower with higher gear, you just feel so much weaker than someone who's just on par with it. And just build balance, but
That's what
build
blows
balance is
my
probably
mind.
on everyone.
You just mentioned it about the like going back and trying to help somebody, or I don't know what you actually the specific words you just said,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
why
I got
is
it.
it that if you want to go help a friend clear an expedition, how is it the carry becomes the person getting carried?
Yeah, I that's where the scaling
It
completely throws
kills
me
me.
off.
Like I get it. If you were under leveled and you're in like you join a buddy who's doing CT 15, yeah, you can hit like a fucking wet noodle. A average eye level of 50 going into a CT1, just let them one shot everything. They're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah,
The item level is what, 34,
it's bad.
31? Like, shit, put a leaderboard in there and tell us like who completed it the fastest. Boom, now you got a competitive PvE type of game.
That it would justify the always online at that point.
Yeah, something.
I think that's about it for our Outriders thoughts. Where do we think we're gonna go with it in the future? Because I mean, we've got Path coming up now, which
Well,
launches on the 16th.
I mean,
So, like, I know the first week of Path of Exile will be mostly us streaming Path, obviously doing the team
yeah.
play stuff. But how deep in, like, do you think it'll be a week, 2 weeks, etc.?
Uh, 2 weeks, maybe
Two
two and a
weeks.
half.
And then what kind of schedule we're looking for more Outriders content? You think, or that might be something we have to play
Well,
by ear by then, eh?
yeah, because you're still rating in WoW and stuff. If
Yeah.
I would
Well,
say
we'll
if you
see.
weren't
That
rating in
put
WoW,
a pin in that,
well,
right?
yeah, but as of right now, you're still currently rating in WoW. If you
Yeah.
weren't rating in WoW, I would probably do like four days of Path and 3 days of Outriders.
I'll have time during the day, mind you. Granted, Path will probably be during the day. So, did we want to dedicate some more nights
Well,
to some Outriders? We'll see. We'll play that
we'll
one
play
by
it by
ear,
ear because
but it's definitely
from
not going away. And it sounds like you want to do a close to 50-50 split with,
I would like
maybe
to.
maybe more like 60-40, with 60 going to Path, 40 to Outriders.
Yeah, I mean, I love Path. Like that, I could play that game all day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really enjoying Outriders. Like
So am
I
I.
can get past the bugs. I can get past the server issues.
If we're still
It
playing and talking about it after launch, we'll get past anything.
yeah.
This game's actually great. They
I mean,
just it's almost like they needed. I don't know what end the point of failure was. If it was people who can fly not dedicating enough time or energy or resources to their servers, not stress testing enough, was it Square Enix shorting them? Because good God, has it been every online release has just been shit after shit after shit. So
I mean that
I hate that it's become part of the course. We should not normalize it, and that's one reason why I left the negative review. It's not okay. We're not
I will say at least they're being transparent about it for the most part.
still a fucking bummer.
Oh no, I mean it sucks, but think of like WoW when they have you know
Oh yeah, it's kind of go fuck
shitty launch
yourself.
and they're just like we're looking into it. The community managers for Outriders were sending tweets out like, "Oh, this is what's going on. Oh, here, this is what we're doing," and it was like every tweet that they would send out when shit was going wrong, it was literally like one of four, one of three. Like they wanted us to get the information. They wanted to know that you know they understand why we're frustrated. Because you got to think too, like, if we created a game, right, and we had all these people trying to play it, they're getting frustrated that our game's not working. You know they're frustrated too. And I'm not trying to defend them because it shouldn't happen. Like, hands down, it shouldn't have just happened that way. But I'm kind of one of those people, like, I get it, shit happens. I don't like it, but shit still
No.
happens.
So Outriders isn't going away, and it's definitely going to become a mainstay game, I think, for us.
Yeah,
But
at least for a while.
otherwise, I think that's kind of it, eh?
Yeah.
Let's. I'm hopeful for the future because the present, while the very recent past was kind of bleak, the present is stable and enjoyable, and I think this game has a lot of promise in its future.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to. I'm gonna hop on the train and hopefully it doesn't crash into oblivion like other looter shooters.
Oh, please don't turn into Anthem.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us here. We'll catch you guys with some more path news and stuff this week. Stay tuned for more content.